walking along this thing always makes me really nervous. Right, so I actually kind of slept in again and missed sunset, but you know what's stupid is the fact that you wake up at 7 and you go, damn, I missed sunset, because up here it rises, or sunset, I keep saying sunset, sorry, I'm really tired. I missed sunrise because it rises here about 5 o'clock in the morning, which is ridiculous. But oh, there's a car park down there that was there last night. That's weird. They must be camping up in the hills. But I'm not allowed to be walking along this thing, it's all chained up, so shush. I never came up here. But it's so you can get a good view of that. Pretty badass to me. The colour is still there, simply because it takes so long for the sun to rise in the morning and to set. As you could see yesterday, it took hours for the sun to set, so you do get some longer lasting colours, but you get the better colours obviously at like 5:30, 6 in the morning, which I've missed. So I'm gonna just start setting up my tripod and see what the framing is. I don't know, I may pull out the big stopper in fact for this, because of just the big thick pile of cloud, but I'm not sure yet, so I'm just gonna keep walking along. I'll pull out the camera and see what the framing's like. Okay, this is the view down the loch, which is not exactly bad either. There's the house there. So all in all, we've got a pretty cool, we're in a pretty cool area, that's for sure. But there are some good shots further down here, I'm quite confident of that. But yeah, I'll get to the end of this pier and I'll start setting up, and then we'll see where we go from there. Right, so I got all the tripod, the camera set up. I decided I did it in portrait mode, and I kind of like the sweep landscape kind of pano thing, but I thought, okay, this is actually would be quite nice for a long exposure because of all the clouds and things like that, and the water there especially. Open up my bag, realized I left my big stopper in the house. And I really don't want to unpack all this and then have to go back to the house to then do it, because the light will change. So good screw up for me. So I guess now the next thing I'm going to do, I just figured I'd pull out the camera and say I'm an idiot. Oh, there's some more walkers turning up for the day. I guess I'm going to try and do the pano then. I think what it'll be is 3 shots. It looks like a 3-shot kind of pano thing. The only problem is when you have it tall instead of wide, is that you get some of this dam in the actual corners of the frame, so you need to zoom in all the way to 35, which is not too bad because it kind of lowers the extreme pushing away in the actual middle of the frame, but it's kind of annoying. But let me flip this over and we'll see what we can do. Okay, that's me just done a test shot with it in pano mode, I'm going to call it now, because this is specifically why I bought this L bracket for, specifically to do these portrait panos, and it's looking good actually. The 5 bracket exposure, again, 0, 1 1/3, 2 2/3 kind of thing has worked out quite well. I'm getting really good range on that. The only problem is on my test frame, the van, actually the builders that are coming up to work on our house right now, we're driving along this road here. So in the 5 frames, the car's in different places, but it was a test shot anyway. So let's actually just go ahead and frame this up. I've done my focus. For those interested, I focus basically on the mountains over there. So basically when I'm going around, it's always a decent plane of focus right in the middle. Because I'm at what? F8, I think? F10 rather. So it's good enough focus between everything in between, hopefully. Let's have a quick look here. But yeah, that's okay. Let's just start going through my 5 frames. So let me just have a quick look here. Oh, so that sun is actually in the frame. Okay, so let me just do my 5. The bright one is nice and bright, and I know the dark one is dark, so let me move that over here. So I've got that there. 2.5. And then if I do this, check out. My 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's have a quick review here for a sec. Let's see how dark the darkest one is. The darker one is nice and dark. It's just exposed to the sky, that's all. Maybe slight highlight out there, but that's this thing here. That's easily compensatable. I just want to make sure that the sets of 3 I did were well enough spaced. And I think they were. Yeah, I think I'm good with that. I'm going to play around with that today. Purely composition, I may end up using it, I don't know yet. But when I throw it in the computer, I'll find out. But later on today, for sure, I need to drive into Inverness to go get food and stuff, because when I drove up, I just drove straight past. And we had some stuff in the fridge and a couple of things in the freezer, but not much, so I need to go and get some fresh food. Thankfully, it is only 8:30 in the morning right now, so that's grand. So I've been up for a couple hours already, so that's cool. Right, I'm just pissed that I forgot the big stopper. That's the only thing I really am annoyed about. Probably do a couple more rounds, but that's about it. So hopefully I'll do some more shooting later on today. Hey guys, so right, as I turned around to walk back to the house, I got that. All those amazing nice clouds and the colour and stuff, so I am already in the midst of doing a 5 pano. I now need to move it. Let's do it so it's there. Let's do that so it's more in the middle. My 5, and then I'm going to move over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I may need to just do it once, like I've just done there. But oh, it's getting windy. Sorry guys. Oh, ugly. Zoom in on face. Okay, all looks good. The only thing I would do is have some sort of filter to blur out the water, because it's quite choppy right now, because it's later on in the morning, it's nearly 9 o'clock, so it's a little choppier, but alright, I'm going to pack in, but I'm glad I actually turned around and found that, because that's pretty cool. Alright, there we go. Now to properly pack up. Hey Jita, come say hi! Hey. Alright, so I just dropped my stuff off back at the house, but I decided to just come take the dog out, because he was really raring to go. He wanted to go outside. He's got lots of energy. He's a big exploring kind of dog, so I'm going to take him down to the little rocky beach kind of thing that's just outside the house. Let him run around for a bit. It's really nice right now. It's a glorious day. Minus the wind. The wind started to pick up. I don't know if you noticed in the other clips, but early on this morning, wind was barely even there, and then within an hour, wind just started chucking through. So I'm starting to think sunrises and early mornings are probably the best times to shoot in terms of no wind, which won't be a bad thing. The only problem is that I will have to be very vigilant in getting up quite early, because the sun does rise about 5 o'clock in the morning here. So if you want that, you know, the blue hour kind of thing, you know, the hour before the sun actually rises, you're gonna have to be up fairly quickly and be ready to go kind of thing. I hope I don't break my ankle when I'm walking around here. But this dog is just exploring, and he loves the water. He'll constantly just run into the water, and he's already, his whole lower body is soaking wet right now. So, hey Jita, come here. Come here, buddy. Come here. I'm gonna have to go to you. He's in sniffing, searching mode. It's because deer are around, so they pee and poop all over the place. So he's going insane over these smells in the grassy areas. And also the fact that this tide is never really that high. It changes the entire kind of area. I actually spotted a place just across from there, which I'll show you in a second, that would be really nice for a long exposure. So I've done long exposure stuff here before, but not with my big stopper, and I think the big stopper will really kick its ass. Hold on, I want to check something. Alright, hold on, you're running out of battery, so I'm going to flip you into a new... I'm going to put a new battery in, I've got it in my pocket, and then I guess I'll show you the shot I actually want to try and do. But, hey, Jeter! See the stick? See the stick? Go! Oh, you're not going to get it? How'd you like your swim? You don't like me. You're too much sick of the water. God, forever. Pizza. Hey. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, he doesn't like me right now. He likes going into the water, but not when it's like over his head kind of thing. That's funny. Alright, let me walk over and I'll show you the shot that I want to try with the big stopper. I may try that this afternoon actually. Not sure what time, because I may be going out tonight. I have to do a couple of things, but today, tomorrow, possibly tomorrow, I'd like to try and do it today. Simply because I want to try and get as much shooting as possible done while I'm here. But I did actually put a rock out to kind of remind me. It's not super visible, and I hope this wind isn't bad, because it's getting worse the closer I get to the shoreline. Okay. So it's just here, and I'll probably aim it. Let me make sure. Boy. So that's the shot there. I think that'll look pretty cool with these rocks here and all the rocks like kind of here, all still, and then totally smooth water and clouds kind of thing. That'll look really nice, especially with the big stopper. That'll look really, really cool. Hey, oh, you found another stick, huh? Ah, you took it from me before I could throw it for you. Come here. He has this problem with eating sticks. He'll eat anything. If you give him a branch with the bark on it, he'll eat all the bark. Yeah, he's eating it right now. Hey, come here. Got it. Oh, you. Hey. Right, so I actually forgot to pick you up for a long time today. After I came back from shooting those pictures up on that bridge thing, well, actually no, I went and I filmed some stuff out with the dog. But after I did all the stuff with the dog, filmed some clips, and I came back, I worked on those shots I shot in the morning of out the bridge, and that was specifically experimenting doing the 32-bit landscapey black and white HDRs. And that took, I think I spent about 5-6 hours on that. It was basically, as soon as I came back from that, I did a couple of things around the house, and I worked through until about 5 o'clock. Because it was just, it's, the short answer is it's very difficult to do 32-bit panoramics, simply because Photo Merge does not support smart objects, and smart objects are the only way to bring 32-bit images into Photoshop, technically speaking. I've thought of one or two other ways of doing it, like adding in each smart object individually into one big layer and then trying to like blend it together or merge them using auto align or something, but that would be really, really time consuming, especially for the kind of thing I want to do, and I like being really quick. So I have figured out a workflow, but it basically took me 5 hours. I tried a whole bunch of different ways of doing it, and it just turned out that actually making the HDRs and then stitching the 3 images together and then converting over to black and white is the best option. which is kind of the option I didn't want to do, I'm honest. I wanted to do each exposure, I wanted to merge each exposure individually, so you have like the -3 exposure pano, then the -2, and then the -1, and then you merge all of those together. But unfortunately, when you're doing the merge on those 3 images, it's very hard for it to be accurate. Photoshop's photo merge kind of algorithm varies. Even though the images are all perfectly aligned and it's all on a tripod and everything, the algorithm that it uses to merge all these shots together will differ slightly. And I had lots of issues with that, and I got to a point where I was trying to warp transform one of the shots, like the edges of it, to trying to get all the stuff to line up. And I was like, you know what, this is stupid. This is the exact opposite of what I want it to do. So I left that, and basically, as I said, I spent hours and hours trying to work on it. And it came to like 5 o'clock. I was like, okay, I haven't eaten. I still haven't got any food in the house, really, that's defrosted. So I went down to the local pub and I had some food. And it's now 9 o'clock. So, because they have a new puppy and all the rest of it. So our dog, Jeter, played with the new puppy. And he had a great time, and he's exhausted, and he's now already asleep. So I myself am pretty tired, but I'm going to get up really early tomorrow morning. I would actually go out and shoot, but unfortunately I would have left the pub earlier to do a sunset shoot like I said I would, but it just started chucking it down. That's half the reason why I went to the pub, because I figured, you know what, I'm not going to be able to shoot. And as I'll go outside here, let me just open these doors here and I'll quickly show you. It's chucking it down with rain. Oh, it's actually cleared up. That's frickin' typical. And actually you can see some colour in the sky. Right, well, it's too late at this point, I guess, so actually let me see how that looks, because it's probably really blue for you. Yeah, it's extremely blue for you guys. But yeah, because I had a custom white balance because it went all crazy because of all the lights. So just trust me, it looks kind of nice out there, but it was chucking it down with rain, and it's now too dark. Clouds are really quite low right now, especially because we're so high up. So I'm gonna get packed up and ready to do sunrise shoot tomorrow. Yeah, I think that's about it. I just need to get packed up, and actually I need a shower because I haven't had a shower in a couple of days. So that's why I look kind of gross. So I'll catch you in the next one. And what? 6-7 hours I'll catch you guys, really bright and early. Hopefully you'll be able to see me in the morning. Hopefully it won't be too dark, but I don't know. So I hope you've enjoyed this one. Kind of messing around, doing a whole bunch of stuff. I'll catch you, see you in the next one.